December 16th, National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. So this is a freebie. You just do whatever you want. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make some little gifts to, you know, like snacky kind of candy, something kind of gifts to give, you know. One of my favorite things is chocolate covered pretzels. So you get these nice pretzel rods and you go to the craft store and you get these candy melts. You set up your double boiler and you go to work. Just make sure that this isn't boiling the water underneath. You want it just heating up your bowl. That's what I've been learning about doing this candy chocolate thing, is that if you kind of cook it too fast, it seizes up on you. So you go to this candy, you go to the craft store and you get these candy melt things. They're basically like giant flat chocolate chips. And you get the flavors that you like because they have dark, they have light, they have milk chocolate, white chocolate, which is what I'm doing because that is my favorite. And you just dump a mountain. Now they're kind of cheap too. They're actually cheaper than buying chocolate chips. And they taste good and they melt kind of smooth, so it works. Okay, so I got 2 bags of the bright white because I want to make these kind of Christmassy. So I went and got some pretzel rods. Now I bought these in the box because I could see them and they're not all broken. Because the bagged ones, half of them are all broken in pieces or whatever, and it's like I'm not going to, you know, spend all that money to not get a whole pretzel stick, because that's the whole idea, is you want to dress this up and make it look kind of nice. And then you get a nice little gift box at the dollar store, put some tissue paper in it, put a bunch of these in there. Perfect. So we're going to melt down our white chocolate, then we're going to dip our stick. So I got to get a tray ready here, one of my baking sheets with some wax paper on it, because we're going to dip and then put them right on our wax paper. I also have these Christmas jimmies, some people call them jimmies. These are called decorating jingle mix because they're red, white, and green. See? So we're gonna, as soon as we dip and our chocolate is still wet, we'll sprinkle some of the red, green, and white sprinkles on there just to kind of make them Christmassy. That's it. It's a real easy one today. It's kind of crafty, I know, but we got so many things that were in the air. It's Christmas time. We're doing so many different baking things and cookies and cakes and whatever, and I thought, today it's chocolate covered anything. So you can do strawberries, you can do, you know, pretzels, you can even do the little, you know, pretzel knots. You don't have to necessarily do, you know, the rods. I just happen to like these because I think they look kind of cool. You can sit them in a glass if you're doing them on a table, like during a dessert. If you're having people over and you're putting out some desserts and stuff, you can put a bunch of these on in a glass on a table, and they make kind of like a nice little showpiece, and they look Christmassy, and, you know, whatever. Do whatever you want. I know I'm babbling. All right, let me get my spatula and work my chocolate down till it's melted, and we'll be back when we start dipping. All right, so this all melts down super smooth. I mean, it's amazing how much it, you know, it's not like the other when you use like chocolate chips and stuff. Sometimes they get like clumpy and whatever. This really, I mean, just totally melts down smooth. Okay, so what you're going to do is just dip your pretzel stick, but you're probably, because you're not going to have anything deep enough to cover it, you're probably going to need a spoon to drizzle the chocolate onto your pretzel stick, because you want a decent amount. I mean, you don't want just a tiny little bit on the end of one of your sticks, you know? So you just kind of go like that, and there you go. You got a chocolate covered pretzel stick right onto my piece of wax paper. And it would have helped if I opened this first, right? You just sprinkle some of your Christmas jimmies on there, okay? Just a little bit. And that's it. See, like I said, it's not deep enough. That's as far as deep as it goes. You can't serve a pretzel stick with, what is that? Can't do that. You need some chocolate on this. So you just spoon it on. That's all. Okay, little tip, as I'm doing this, I'm learning more and more, okay? When you take your pretzel stick, go heavy on the drizzle, okay? I've never done this before, so as I'm doing it, I'm figuring out how to do it, and it's coming out really, really good. So you just go heavy on your tapering of the, so you put heavy amount of chocolate, and then just go like this in your bowl. So the chocolate stays in the bowl, doesn't go everywhere, and it smooths it out and makes it an even coating of the chocolate. See? Perfect. Okay, that's all. Just wanted to show you. Let me finish these up. Alright, so I'm all done with pretzels because I don't have any more pretzels. I went through all of them. But I still have a decent amount of white chocolate here, so I hate to see chocolate go to waste, especially white chocolate. So I looked around and I'm like, well, what else do I got? I got double stuffed Oreos. So I'm going to coat a couple of those and put those on there. How I'm going to get them out of this chocolate, though, I have no idea. I need a spoon or something. Alrighty, I'm going to figure out how to put these on there and sprinkle some of our Christmas jimmies on those too. Alrighty? Be back for the tasting. And there you go. Half hour, I mean literally a half hour to do almost 4 dozen pretzels. That's how fast this is. Why you'd go out and spend all that money at one of those chocolate stores or whatever to buy, you know, a box of these for 10 times what you're going to pay to make this many. Literally, it costs us like 10 bucks for the chocolate, the pretzels. That's it, and a half hour of our time. And I mean, depending on how many you want to put in each gift box, I mean, how many presents you got here, little, you know, just, it's not really a present, but it's like, you know, a token. Somebody stops at your house and you go, oh, I have something for you, and you give them more. If you're going to a cookie swap, instead of a cookie, why not a chocolate covered pretzel? Anyway, I'm babbling again. And by buying those, I only had 2 broken ones. So these aren't really dry yet. Let me get a dry one. This this was my first tray. Okay, so look, they come right off the wax paper, no problem. Chocolate firms right back up, and you got a perfect. See, but I don't want to eat one of these because I want to save one of those. So I'll eat one of these. It's not really dry yet, but we're going for the taste. Love the sweet and salty. That's like one of my big things, just sweet and salty. And white chocolate is usually very sweet, so it goes perfect with the saltiness of the pretzel. Chocolate covered pretzels. It's chocolate covered anything day. Cover something in chocolate and eat it. Alrighty? We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.